Hey guys, Dave from the Hours here, back with some more of RimWorld, where our little vampire cult has set up the bulk of its foundations. We've got a storage area, we've got a couple of bedrooms going on, we've got a spare bedroom, could be a prison, could be a medical facility, who knows? We've got our freezer going too. Now, we have told everyone to put food in the freezer, right? Yep, we have told everyone to put food in the freezer. The only way we can cook, though, is still outside, and that's why I've got this bit of mining carved out here ready to go. I'm going to make this area into a kitchen-y kind of area, and I wanted to, while I was thinking about it, that's exactly what I need right up there. See if there's any spare tables floating around. So a steel table, okay, nice, if not spectacularly decorative. Sandstone. You know what? I will take that. That's going to be a little bit prettier. Let's reinstall that. Let's take that back to base here. Just throw it literally anywhere. Just throw it down in the middle of the floor. And I'll keep track of it later, he says optimistically. Mila's down here punching out another bedroom for no adequately explained reason, except who knows? There might be a prisoner who turns up that we could Mike Tyson over to our side, or maybe just someone will randomly join our little blood cult here. What's Whitehead up to these days? Oh, he's hunting a donkey. Yeah, that's good, because we basically got no food. Good job, Whitehead. We have effectively no food. We've got 5 meals here, and they're not very good, if we're honest about things. Although I believe they do have people in them, which is good, because we're pretty cool with cannibalism. We're all right with that. Yeah, Mila, come down here, and then where is it? Yeah, over here. Oh yeah, definitely contains human meat. Cool. Great, good. So somebody's fingers are in there. That's fantastic, and it's going to be nice and frozen too. You don't want to lose human meat, because you take all this time to murder somebody and butcher them and skin them and then cook them into meals, and then it goes bad. And you're like, what did I take all that time for? Do you know how long it takes me to murder someone and butcher them and skin them and then cook them into some nice meals? It takes a really long time. Okay? There's a lot of paper trail going on there. So you don't want that going bad. I think the rice, the rice is almost ready to go. And what I wanted to think about, what I haven't started planting, is a cotton field. And I'm going to need a lot of cotton in the future. Not right now, but I'm going to need a lot of cotton in the future. So Mila's going to hate life, but I'm going to have her put together a rather large cotton field. She hates it. She hates being outside. You know, what with the vampire and the sunlight thing and the whatnot. Although, Mila, it is raining. I mean, the obvious logical conclusion there, Mila, is that it'd be really cloudy, because that's where, rain lives. It lives up in the clouds, and then it comes down and hits you in the face. Or not. You might have an umbrella. I don't know, Mila. I don't think there are umbrellas in RimWorld. I'm pretty sure of that. So there's probably a mod for that. I can already feel commenters going, there's a mod for umbrellas, because there's a mod for everything in RimWorld. But Mila will hate that. She hates being outside. We are working on it, Mila. We are, as you can see, carving into the mountains so we can all live in a nice mountain and we don't have to go outside ever again. And now you're fast asleep. Okay, good. Whitehead, how's the donkey thing going? You kind of gave up, didn't you? Yeah, he's like, nah, I don't want to bother with the donkey anymore. Did you get any hits on it at all? Yeah, you wounded it. Yeah, it's going to be dead in 8 hours. We can just go pick it up then. We don't really have to go and actively hunt it anymore, although I'll keep the hunting thing on just so they know to go and retrieve it. Got some mining orders set up here. I'd like to get some more components if we could. This is really going to overtax my mining capacity right now, but we're going to need components more than anything else, and literally anything at this point. We need all the things, and I've only got 2 people to do everything. So it's the middle of the day, so obviously they're going to go to sleep because they hate being outside. So I put them on kind of a nighttime schedule. They will work in the night and then sleep in the day, and then everything is going to be hunky-dory, and there's not going to be any problems at all in RimWorld, and I'm certainly not going to delete over the save file like I did last time. If it helps, to those of you who are like, how soon until Dave blows this again? I did set up an alternate save file, so now I've got 2 of them. So I basically halved my chances of doing this again. And you're like, Dave, why don't you set up like 20 of them, and then it will reduce your chances by 20-fold. And I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to do that, because I got a lot of RimWorld going on, and I'm just going to do the best. Mistakes are going to happen. Mila punching this out, that is fantastic. What I want to do is get some more stone blocks going, because we don't have a lot of those. So, Whitehead, you're at crafting 1, or crafting 2, excuse me. I want to put you on crafting 1. So you're going to hunt and do construction, and then you'll start making some stone blocks. There's not actually a lot left to build. although I'm going to give you something right now. So let's put up a slate wall here, and then a wooden door there. So put that together, and then you can kind of do everything else crafting-wise. You can just start making the stone blocks. I want to obviously make as much stuff out of stone as is humanly possible, because you know what stone doesn't do? Burn. And you know what wood does? Burn. So, you know, putting the campfire next to the wood is obviously fantastic, but somehow that doesn't spread. But anything else will. A nice lightning strike or a boom rat blowing up, any of that could set fire to my entire base right now. And I'd prefer that didn't happen. Hey, Mila, how's the cooking thing going on these days? Okay, you are... Oh, no, you're butchering the donkey. Oh, the donkey must have keeled over. Good. That'll be some work to do there. Hey, you know what we could do? Do I have power in the freezer? To a limited degree, yes. Put some power there, and then some power all the way over there, and then do the hidden conduit in there. Let's get a butcher table going up inside the freezer. I know there'll be a work penalty. It's fine. It's totally fine. It doesn't take that long to chop up a donkey, I think. I don't know. I'm not a butcher. And nor do I think a lot of butchers butcher donkeys. I don't recall seeing donkey meat in the grocery store. It might have been. I don't pay too much attention. We just kind of get the things we like. And largely Mrs. Dave does a lot of the shopping because I'm not really allowed to go to stores with her because I make her nuts. As indeed I would. That's not a surprise. I've been completely shut down from one grocery store. She's just like, no, you can't come with me. I'm like, what? Like, she's like, you cannot come with me. You make me nuts when we go to the grocery store together. I will go alone. I will do this work by myself, so you're not there. And I'm like, you know what? That's actually fair. That's pretty fair. I probably wouldn't let me there either. Are we all back in bed? Why are we all back in bed? Mila's going to have a snack of some human fingers and then move some of the blood in there. That's good. I want to get the hemogen in the cooler. And then you're refueling the campfire because it keeps raining on the campfire. We're working on a kitchen, Mila. I'm doing the very best I can. There's only two of you. You do have, admittedly, a broad range of skills, but at the end of the day, there is only the two of you. You're finally finishing out this thing down here. Mila, how's your mining these days? You getting better at that? Yeah, you're up to level 5. You're like 3/4 of the way to level 6. That's pretty good. You'll be a heck of a miner in the future. You do have a broad range of skills. Largely brought you on board for that Plants 11. I mean, that is just amazing. When you're done with this, I am going to spin you back onto number 1 plant stuff, which again, you will hate because you'll be outside, but it's got to get done. And yeah, this rice some of this is already ready to harvest. So we should start getting that under control. How'd you do down here? Perfect, you're done. Excellent. So let's put you back on number 1 plant duty, if you could, please. The butcher table is done. Great. So let's set up our bill. You can do human. You can do everything. Except let's not butcher us. So if one of us should accidentally not be as alive as we used to be, let's not actually butcher the colonists, but do that forever. And then remember to go over and delete this butcher spot. Okay, don't need that up anymore. Whitehead just got the table on. Oh, did I put auto repair on? I have not. Okay, yeah, automatically repair or rebuild anything you got. If you got, there we go. Whitehead get into the stone block game. Yeah, if you've got something, just go ahead and repair it. You know, don't need to ask permission for that. Mila, where'd you go? You're going for a walk. Okay, is that really the best use of your time? Stay away from the boomalopes. They explode. Quite violently, too, I might add. Yeah, you're still going for a walk. It's a long walk, isn't it? Do I have any? I have a little bit of wood. Mila, I know you've been on a walk. Could you actually not? Could you go refuel that, please? And that way I just keep the power going. I'm always concerned about the freezer in the early game. It's hard to keep the power going, although we've got potential geothermal right here, but I don't even think I'm at the level where we're going to start researching anytime soon. Who ideally would be my best researcher? Mila at 4, Whitehead at 5. Okay, so either of them can do it. That's fine. We've got some drugs on the table here, which is good. If the kids... Oh, yeah, Whitehead's right in. Whitehead's like, I cannot wait to do some drugs. I have to. I don't feel good, and I'd like to feel better. That's kind of the nature of these things. So Whitehead's right in. That came from the raider who raided us the last time. We unfortunately killed him. I would have liked to have taken him alive. Maybe he wasn't actually that good. But we ate him, so there's good news there. Swings and roundabouts, as the kids say these days. Swings and roundabouts. We did eat him, and he dropped a bunch of drugs, which we've been happily partaking of recently. Why is there a component in the freezer? We don't keep components in the freezer. There's no reason to keep them there. Keep them under cover, yes, but we don't have to keep them in a freezer. We are getting some meals done, though. All right, so we're up to 13 meals. What did I have you set? No, that's rice. What did I have you set at? 20? Yeah. We could actually start bumping that up, because now we've got the freezer. We can keep food fresh forever. We're not going to be worried about it going bad. And wow, Whitehead's already put together 100 stone blocks and about to make some more. Okay, neat. Well, let's go with our kind of freezer idea here. So structure, what was that, marble? Yeah, that was marble. Okay. So how about there's a marble wall. Slam it into pause mode for a sec. A vague airlock, like this. And then that is going to be a wooden door. Okay, I might not have enough marble for all of this right now, but hope springs eternal here. Have that going like that, and then probably some kind of door here as well so we can get in and out from this area. Okay, Whitehead, you'll be on that. So go ahead. Yeah, I know you love the stone blocks, but now there's construction to do, kid. You'll probably jump all over that. Mila's out here doing the cotton, hating life. It's just bright sunlight. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's just bright sunlight out here. Not really having an awesome time, but we will get a bunch of wood out of this. Mila, how sad are you about everything? Blinding light, sunlight sensitivity. You want great archist apparel. A broad wrap. Okay, I can begin to work on that over the course of time. I don't know if we're getting into like a lot of tailoring right now, although I probably should. I mean, that we're going to need clothes sooner rather than later. And let's also keep the concept of hunting going. Why don't we go get one more donkey? Where's my zone here? I could probably extend that a little bit more. I'll have a think about that. Don't overthink it. Just make sure we've got the basics under control. Fresh food, bedrooms, and then when I get a bit of low priority time, we'll start smoothing all of these walls out. In fact, while I'm thinking about that, get that out of there. And we don't really need this bit. That's kind of superfluous to needs, isn't it? Mila's fast asleep. Mila. I thought the vampire crowd was basically supposed to be able to go all the time. I've been cruelly deceived by the movies. I mean, I know you hate the sunlight thing, but do you really need to have a nap? What with the being undead and all. Are you guys technically undead in RimWorld? I mean, I know you're deathless in that you can die. There's many ways for you to die. I was going to say you can't die. That's totally untrue, Mila. I've killed several vampires in RimWorld. I have experience, and I can do it again. All right, let's speed through their little nap here, unless something interesting is going to happen. And then kind of pan out and plot out my next move here. That extra room can focus as whatever I need it to be. Prison, hospital, doesn't matter. Get the kitchen under control and get a stove in there. Ooh, speaking of which, that's a thing you could be doing right now. Let's lay some power down for this nonsense. So give me a power conduit from here over to there. And that'll cover the stove that I'm eventually going to put there. A war merchant, you say? A war merchant. Well, that's interesting because I've got money. Not a small amount of it either. I got like 1,900 silver here. So a war merchant might be interesting. There's the war merchant, the combat supplier are two different groups. I'm never sure which one is the good one. I don't think it's the combat supplier. I think they generally have not great stuff. I could be completely wrong. I often am. Ask Mrs. Dave. Again, this is one of the reasons that I'm not allowed in one particular grocery store. That's true. I have no reason to lie to you guys. She just simply banned me from that grocery store, or at least going with her. So I'm allowed to go to the grocery store. It's not like I committed some sort of horrible offense there. It's just I'm not allowed to go with her because I make her nuts when I go there. It's not my favorite place to be. And frankly, I wouldn't go there alone. I'd choose never to go there again. Mila can't talk because of poor health. Okay. I think we'll cope. I think that's fine. I don't know what your poor health is. You might have had a food poisoning thing. They've got a cobra. Less handy than you think it's going to be. You're like, cobra, that's wicked cool. Yeah, not really. Not so much. Yeah, you guys have the garbage stuff, don't you? This is just not good. I mean, uranium club is nice, but I've already got a better weapon. So I'll sell you the drugs. And I could buy a little bit of herbal medicine. Actually, maybe buy some pemmican as emergency food. So what if I bought like 35 pemmican? That's nothing. Absolutely nothing. 49 silver. I don't really think I need a cobra. Not today, anyway. I don't suppose you got one of them broad wrap things, do you? No. Burkas, veils, ritual masks. No. Okay, I'm just going to take that then. I'll just have a little bit of, like I say, emergency food on hand. Whitehead's putting the kitchen together. Good. That's exactly what I want to see there. If any of you guys wanted to keel over and die of natural causes, by the way, I will eat you. I'm just saying, you will not go to waste. I will absolutely eat you and nourish you within our digestive system. So really remembering you for about 52 hours until, other things happen. Okay, how's the cotton field going? No progress whatsoever, except for a few trees chopped down. Great. Mila, very, very focused on the cooking the meals, but that is good. Now we've got 22 meals, about to be 26 meals in there. Oh, and you just leveled up in cooking, too, which is no bad thing. Mila, can we address your health? What's your problem? Oh, you're high. Oh, yeah, that's why you're not a good negotiator. You're high as a kite. Yeah, that's not going to be a good negotiation process at all. You just give everything away. You wouldn't even care. This guy could tell you anything, and you'd fall for it. Harvest botch, not ideal. Why are you botching harvests? You're really good at this. You are a very, very good plant person. You have a skill of 11 with a burning passion for it. You're almost at level 12 at this point. Okay, we're getting this done, but not this. Okay, so you got like 2 more pieces to put in here. You gonna work on that, or are you just gonna bugger off for the day? You're hauling steel to the power conduit. Yeah, that's cool. That is great. I should think about just go ahead and put a light in here now, because, Whitehead needs more things to do with his time. Ooh, and also, how about right above the butcher table there? That way you can actually see what you're butchering, which is probably good. You're swinging a cleaver around in the dark and hoping not to chop off your own fingers. So go ahead, a broad yes. Let's light the area up there. Mila, where are you? Are you in there? Oh, you're up here. The cobra's here. I don't know if that's a factor in your harvesting. Now you're harvesting. Wait, what oak tree are you harvesting? Oh, the one over here. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Go ahead and do that, kid. There's a couple of trees over there. It'll be a little bit of extra wood. Not really high priority. You're sowing... Okay, you're sowing the rice, which is great. I do kind of need you to be sowing the cotton, because it's already the second day of summer. And cotton takes a while to grow. Maybe I'll just temporarily turn off sowing here. How about we just don't do that? Okay, yeah, there you go. Focus on the cotton area rather than this. You're going to probably take the trees down first. There we go. Getting a little bit of cotton coming in. I'm going to need a lot. I'm going to need like years worth of cotton fields. Not for right now, although clothing would be nice. It's more sort of for the throne room later. We can put down the really, really nice carpet, and that requires a ton of cloth. Hey, Whitehead, what are you up to do? You gonna have something to eat? Yeah. I get you, man. Let's move the table over to what will be the dining area at some point. And then, you're back to bed. Thanks, Whitehead. Appreciate that. We'll get a couple of chairs put up. That'll take him a while to get done, but we'll get him kind of cooking along there. And Mila's in bed. Okay. The problem with only 2 colonists on the same schedule is there's a bit of downtime. There's a bit where there's not really a heck of a lot to do right now. So, there's something to do. A meteorite. That's fine. I actually don't really care very much about that. Sandstone, we can get that from other places if we need to, or not at all. We can just not have sandstone. That's a perfectly viable option that we have. All right, Whitehead cranking along here, getting the lights going. Now let's make sure that we put those into dark light, because we don't like bright lights. We're all about living underground in a tomb. We're vampire lovers, after all. Well, one of us is a vampire, one of us is a vampire lover. It's a vampire cult of 2, really. Actually, is it 2? How does one quantify the members of a cult? Because Mila is like the leader, and indeed the vampire, so she's the cult leader. So is Whitehead the only member of the cult, or does Mila count as a member of the cult? How does one do a census on cults? Does the leader count? I need answers in comments. Does the leader count? So if I was to do a census on, like, I don't know, like the Moonies or Scientology or something, does the leader of that group count as a member of the cult? My answer is no. Because they're kind of like, they set it up, and, you know, they know it's a cult, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and say no. We have a census of 1. Whitehead is our only cult member at this point. I should also put up... We have no recreation, do we? I've given them nothing to do outside of going for a walk. Sorry, guys. Put up a horseshoe pin over there. And I was thinking of that because I usually put my chess table in the kitchen when we get that going. So there we go. Let's put a chess table up in here, too. They are probably pretty sad about that. Guys, do you have a mood debuff on recreation these days? Yeah, you want a hat. No, you're basically fine right now. Hang on. There's a mad muffalo. That's very bad. Because they're going to be ouchy. Okay. Right. So I don't actually want to take on a muffalo if I can help it. They're an ouchy animal. And they suck up damage pretty easily. I'm going to have to create my panic room. And by that I mean sort of a zone that everyone's going to flee to. I don't usually have to do this early, but I just don't want to face off against a muffalo. So this is going to be the run away zone. Again, kind of a panic room thing. Just everybody huddle up in this area. And this can be basically everything inside like that. And the kitchen area. Yeah, all of this and all of that. Because the muffalo will eventually go away. So I know I'm carving into this entire map, so I'll just start, you know, kind of sketching this out now. All of this bit over here, down to here, and then I can kind of do more detail later as I need to. And all of this bit, sure, any of that. That's fine for right now. That's totally fine. So everybody go in the runaway zone, please. The only problem with the runaway zone is there's not a lot to do there. Not really a lot to do. Okay, Mila's in. Okay, so unless the muffalo saw Mila, which alarmingly it looks like it did. How did you see that well? How did you see that well? From like across the map you saw that? Or are you just hanging out here? You might just be hanging out here. Okay, you're not like going for the door. You're going to bust through the door or anything. No. Okay, this kind of limits what we can do, because there's not a lot to do around here. So, Whitehead, you know what? While we're kind of stuck inside for a little bit, why don't you start smoothing some walls in here? Okay, just do like all of that. Just try for this bit. Let's just try and get this bit done for right now. Make that a little bit nicer, and also so I can run power through there as well. And that bit, smooth that bit as well. Where is the muffalo? Okay, so marked in red. I'm going to move things on a little bit faster and keep half an eye on everyone, because even though they're in a restricted area, they can go outside a restricted area to go back into a restricted area. I think I've drawn my zone where they're not going to need to do that, but I just kind of want to keep half an eye on them and the muffalo that's just kind of hovering around our door. Boy, I wish those traders were still there. They would have taken care of that problem real quick, and possibly one or two of them might have died in the process. I mean, that's just win-win-win for me. Dead muffalo, dead traders. Jeez, if the muffalo is good enough to kill all of them, drop their stuff. It's just win-win-win when my enemies fight my enemies. I know the traders weren't my enemies, but they're potential food. So that's kind of something I'd like to take out. Mila, are you smoothing walls? You're kind of terrible at that, aren't you? Yeah, you have construction of 2. Just have nothing else to do. See how much faster Whitehead is? Whitehead's way better at this than you are. He's 7. See, he doesn't care about it. He's indifferent to it. But he's going to move way faster on this. This is entirely superfluous. I would love to do this later, but we're going to do it now because I'm just waiting for the muffalo to go away. Just leave. Just leave our area, please. Oh, I do see while I'm kind of panned out here, Mila got a lot of that cotton field done. Quite a bit of it. Good job, Mila. I suppose I could, if I needed extra space, connect these 2 areas and just, keep tunneling into that mountain. I don't think I'm going to need that. I think this one mountain is going to give me all the space I need to do all the things that I need to do. Yeah, no No dice on you leaving, huh? I mean, I appreciate the downtime because we're getting tons of stuff done here. But we're also kind of hanging out inside. I'd like to say looking out the window, but there's no windows in RimWorld. I'm sure there's a mod for that. I have no doubt. Yeah, we're just kind of, I don't know, huddled up by the door going, is it still out there? And we're like, yeah, it's totally still out there. We should not go out there. Even though we could probably take out a muffalo. I'm pretty sure we could do that. But I'm not convinced we could do that without very serious injury. And I don't really have time for a team member to be down right now. I kind of need everyone up and running. Eventually it'll get bored. Or it'll stop being insane. One of the two. Kind of both at the same time. It'll get bored and stop being insane, and it'll just wander off. There we go. It's blue. Okay, so it's no longer insane. Good job. All right, everyone can go back into unrestricted. Yay, we get to go outside where we hate it. We hate being outside. Wow, Mila. All of that time. That was like half a game day, and you've done 2 pieces of tile. What? Compensated defense. What was that? A Praetor of the Empire of Kyre is making a request. 2 groups of imps. And the first group is 1 person. That's contradictory. And then there's going to be another one. So we're going to get attacked. Okay, okay. But Kalina would join. Kalina, what's your gig? All right, you're creepy, you're volatile, and oh, greedy. I hate greedy. Oh, it's one of my least favorite traits. So hard to keep them satisfied. Needs a really impressive bedroom. She gets a mood loss if she doesn't get what she wants. It's not as bad as jealous. Jealous is worse, because then they have to have the best bedroom. Greedy just means they want a really good bedroom. That I can begin to cope with. Not right now, but I can begin to cope with it. But jealous, that's the sinker. Okay, so what can you do? You're pretty good at plants. You're actually not far away from where Mila is with plants. Maybe you could be our new gardener. Now, of course, you don't believe in what we believe in, which is a bit of a fuss. You have a base medical training. Down the road, you could do some art. Not really any good at shooting, but you can punch people. I think it's got to be that, just because I need warm bodies. Although, honor +6. So wait a minute. Are we not... Hang on. Whitehead, slow down there. Are we not getting the traditional... The royal dude crashed, protect him from a small, inoffensive animal, and we'll make you royal. We're just jumping right into honor +6. But I really want Kalina. I need anyone. And if Mila could be inside more and not work on the garden, that'd be pretty hip for her. I gotta take it for this. I gotta take it for that. That's all I can do. I got to take it for that. Well, good thing I've got that extra bedroom ready to go. Let's go ahead and kind of pimp that out a little bit. And by that, I mean put a bed in it. That's about as good as it's going to look right now. All right. The Muffalo situation has been resolved. But we're going to get attacked soon. I'd actually rather get attacked by an imp than a Muffalo. Muffalos will just wreck you. I lost my second colony to some angry Muffalo. I have kind of Muffalo trauma, if you will. They just destroyed everything. They killed everything in their path. They're a tanky animal. They will suck up arrows like nobody's business. Recreation variety we're working on. Okay, we've sketched some of that out, guys. Whitehead's working on it right now. There we go. The Psych Slickers are back. I assume that is our imp issue. Is that our imp issue? Come here. Who are you? What's your problem? No, you're a waster. Okay. Scalp Pakank. Scalp Pakank. Scalp. Look, you guys try and say it. You read that and try to say that with any kind of cohesive language. Scalp. No, you know what? Never mind. So Scalp's here, who is apparently not the imp that we were warned about. Apparently, these are not the droids we're looking for. This is just a regular raid. All right, that's fine. I'd rather cope with a human than a Muffalo. So. I did not read whether you were attacking immediately or you're going to hang out for a while. Totally spaced out on that kid. So, wasn't paying attention. Just, welcome to my RimWorld. Everybody come over here. I think you're attacking immediately. It seems that you broadly are. Alright, so we want to use Mila's hemogen powers. Because Mila just wrecks at close range. So Mila, Where's the dude? There he is. Okay, so Scalpy's coming up. We are going to... Let him get a little bit more in range. So, long jump. Okay, you're armed with melee. Long jump to here. Okay, go. And then... Oh, wow, you just decided to go in and with the sword. I was going to have you do your piercing spine thing. But that's cool, too. If you want to do that. Okay, he's dead. I really should try to take them alive more often. I mean, what I should be doing is backing everyone back to melee. And, like, no weapons melee. Just punch people. They're going to be much more likely to fall over and not be, in fact, 100% dead. But hey, you know what? Food. Food. And I know I've got 2 other raids coming, so I've got more of a chance of food. Mila, could you... No empty accessible spot. Are you sure about that? Hang on, 1 sec. Oh, you're entirely correct. We are not storing corpses in there. So yeah, any corpses can go in there. Anything at all. Anything you like. Let's go ahead and grab you. Sorry for the cut there. I had to take a quick breath. And then let's make sure. I know I did this, but just to confirm, we are... Yeah, we're chopping up people. And I know we've got a bill set up to do that there. However, I could get my electric stove going. So let's go ahead and do that. Put a stove right... Oh, gee, yeah, okay, we got to get the chunks out of there. Mila, just do your thing, kid. Just do your thing. It's fine. We'll get the chunks moved out of there at some point. And you're building the chair here. There's a rat. Everyone's having a good time right now. Everyone's having a good time. So, with all the rice and strawberries, what I should probably do is actually make fine meals. Because that'll kind of pad out the human meat a little bit more, which will make them happy. They love eating people. Yeah, that's probably what I should do. Because if it's just plain meals, the simple meals, they'll just go like all meat. And that's going to use that up quickly. But with the fine meals, they're going to go like half meat and half vegetables. And that will basically double how much human meat I'm going to be able to have in meals at all. Whitehead, what are you doing? What is your problem? You're relaxing socially. We literally just got a chess table. Whitehead, why not take advantage? That's what I'm saying. Why not take advantage? Could you please haul this? We just need to get these out of here. And then that should be what I need to put down my electric stuff. No, not quite. Mila, sorry, I got to keep bugging you here, kid. Could you haul that one as well, please? It's all for the good, Mila. It's so we can actually have a stove around here. So 1 electric stove. What do you mean? Not enough stored. What? Blocked by a marble chunk. Oh, this marble chunk. Hey, Mila, I know you're wicked into, like, chopping this guy up. I totally get it. I'd really like to get this sorted if you could. Thank you so much. If you could just get that done right now. Back to this again. Electric stove right there. All right, and then we'll put a chair up for that. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, Mila just couldn't wait to chop this guy up. Could not wait to get that meat on the menu there. And soon, Mila, you'll have a nice stove to do it at soon. Which will be inside, which you'll like even better. Do I maybe want to turn off sewing on the strawberries? Maybe. Although, she's got a lot of the cotton field done. So I actually might turn back on the sowing on the rice plant. I know it's only the 4th day of summer, but I just want as much food stocked up as we can humanly make right now. In case, something happens. I'm just a bit of a nut about stockpiling food. Ever since the great pantry fire of 2021 that we all remember. And by all, I mean largely like 3 or 4 of us. I am one of them. Mila, just going basic berries there, huh? Just some basic berries. Okay, I want to get the stove up, and then we'll start to do some fine meals over there. Pad out the human meat a little bit. We've got, 81 pieces of human meat at 10 per fine meal, which I believe is what it is. That's not bad. That's a lot of meals with people in them. Like this one here. That's just donkey and rice. Actually, they are mixing it up there. I could fine-tune it a little bit better, but I'm not going to. And it won't hurt to have some fine meals around here, because that will make them a little bit happier. So, not that. So, slam it. Actually, don't slam it into pause mode. You're fine, Mila. You just keep doing your thing. So, simple meal. Let's do that until we have, say, 30 simple meals at any given point. Okay, and then first of all, stop the bill over here. Just don't worry about that. I'm going to keep the campfire up, even though it's kind of a waste of wood, and we can start burning tainted clothing, like this stuff here. I'll try and remember to do that. I can't guarantee these kinds of things. I mean, you look at what channel you're on, guys. Look at what channel you're on. And then, oh, nobody has a cooking of 6. Okay, never mind. Never mind, it's just simple meals then. That's the best we can do until somebody bumps up their cooking skill. That will probably be Mila. Yeah, cooking of 5 with a passion. You got a ways to go, but you will be at level 6 at some point in time. How do we do on the wall smoothing? Not very good, really. Not very good. We did get the bed up. So whenever what's-her-name turns up, Kaylee or something like that, we'll have somewhere to put her. If, of course, we survive the raids, which would be ideal. Mila, what are you doing? Why are you outside? We have more relaxing things inside, like chess. That's probably... I mean, at the bare minimum, you can sit on a chair and not be outside. That's got to be a good thing, right? Okay, you're making some meals over here. Maybe even bump that up more. Again, we can't do the fine meals, so we may as well just get a bunch of simple meals going on. How about we said 50? How about 50 simple meals? And then make sure we do a pause when satisfied on that so we're not spending every waking hour making a single meal over and over and over again. All right, everyone's back in bed. Kind of just waiting for these raids to turn up. And also my new colonists that I'm going to embrace and make be outside all the time. They're not going to turn up believing in our ideology. So soon, I'm going to have to make somebody the priest. Whitehead, I'm looking in your direction. And that way we can start converting her. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. Let me have another look at you while nothing much is going on right now. So Kaylina. Okay, so you're a budding artist and a treehouse builder. Volatile. You're going to start fights more. Ugh. You'll do. You know what? Warm body. You'll do. I should probably start making her bedroom nicer. She's already going to be fussy about that. I could actually just carve out this and make this room nicer. Have a think about that. For right now, mine that out, because there's no reason that room needs to be chopped off like that. I'm seeing this as a prison, but we'll kind of see how that goes. Okay, Mila, yeah, cooking like crazy. However, we got 41 meals. That's a heck of a lot better than we were. I could just make a bill for simple meals that include human. Okay, slow down a little bit there, Mila. Let's try that out. Because I want these guys eating people. They love it. They just absolutely love it. So, cook a simple meal. And then just hold that thought while I figure all of this out. So, any vegetarian, cool. Any animal products, yeah, we don't have eggs or milk, so that's largely irrelevant. So, what I want is no meat except human meat. That's the only kind of meat I want in here. Yeah, do that. And then unsuspend that. And what have we got? 81 pieces, so do that 8 times. Or not 9. 8 is a different number than 9. And we'll see if that works. So, in fact, why don't we actually just bump that up to the higher priority so we get some of those in place. So do that. There we go. Human food coming in there. Yep, and you can do 10 at a time. You're just doing just the straight meat. That's fine. I'm okay with that. It'll be 8 meals of people. That's 8 times people will be slightly happier because like, yay, I ate a person. Oh, wow, that's so cool. You can really taste the finger in this sandwich. Somebody needs to refuel this. Please, you're going for a walk. Could you refuel that first? Let's not lose our precious human meat in here, if we could. How about we don't do that? How about we just don't do that? Okay, good. Thanks, Mila. Appreciate that. What are you up to now? You're back to cooking. All right, well, I can't complain about food right now. When we started this, I had like 5 simple meals. Now we're up to 54 simple meals and some human meat still here. And there's more of it getting cooked up. That's more right there. Yep, pop that down. Human meat. Cool. Okay, Whitehead, what are you... You're repairing that. That's great. Don't have that go down. That was part of our power problem. And now you're off on this trip. You're off on the smoothing the walls thing. We probably don't have much else going on at the moment. It is a bit of a downtime until these raids happen. I could start doing some basic flooring. It's not the worst idea. How much wood do we have kicking around? Ooh, not much. Not much. Hey, Mila, quick question. How'd you feel about chopping a bunch of trees down so we had, like, literally any wood at all? Also, somebody should go get that silver at some point. Mila's, I think that's the last of the human meat right there. Perfect. And we've done that. And then you'll just be off on other things. But we've already got plenty of simple meals. So you're probably going to go off and do something else. Likely chopping trees down. No, you're going to start re-sowing this area. Okay, how important is that? I still want more food. I know. You're like, Dave, you've got like 60 meals for 2 people. And many of them have fingers in them. Many of them contain human meat. I get it. I understand it. But ever since the Great Pantry Fire, I have just food trauma. I want to make sure we've got extra food. In fact, what I will probably do, which I've done before, is when everything is, a little bigger and better and we've got more people, I'll set up a backup pantry. In case one goes down, one burns to the ground, then I've got extra food. I've got backup food somewhere. So one pantry might burn, but it's unlikely that both of them are going to burn. Mila, you see there? You're doing some horseshoes. Do you see the problem here, Mila? You're outside. You see that problem? Where you're outside in the sun that you hate? You hate the horrible sun, but yet you're outside anyway? That seem like a problem to you, Mila, at all? Maybe? No? Yes? Kind of? All right, speed things along. And let's get these raids under control. Actually, go ahead and raid me now. I'm ready to be raided. Raid me at any point. Just go ahead and set up that raid. Nope, Mila's going to sow some more strawberries. They're harder to grow than that. I'm going to tell you that right now. Actually, they're easy to grow. They're just tough to plant. They're kind of a pain in the neck. I gave up trying to plant strawberries from seed. I just go buy them at the store now. I'm like, hey, that's a strawberry plant. I'll just let somebody else do the really hard work, and I will reap the strawberry-licious rewards from it. They're just a pain in the neck. Zucchini's way easier. Like, anyone can grow zucchini. Or courgettes for you Brits out there. Mila, getting the cotton done. How soon till we get the heel root? A while. 81%. That's not bad. Maybe a few more days. We'll get that. Not even 100% sure that I'm going to get this cotton this year. Although it's no, that's a potato. I told you to grow the wrong thing. I thought I set this for cotton. Yeah, take it all down, Mila. Sorry, kid. Take it all down. I need cotton more than I need potatoes. I've got potatoes. There are potatoes right over there. I got 89% of a potato. Don't even worry about the potato factor. Okay, now what am I going to do with my time? That was a waste of Mila's time. And mood, for that matter, because she hates being outside so much. This room's actually coming along quite nicely. Whitehead. Well done. It's not a bad looking room at all. Maybe I'll give that. It's going to be wicked small. I hate greedy colonists. They need a big bedroom and all sorts of nice fancy stuff in it. I think we're just going to have to suffer through a bit of a mood loss with whatever the heck her name is. I can't be bothered to remember people's names. I got Mila and Whitehead. That's the best I'm going to do right now. Ooh, there's a horse. Let's go kill it. That'll be some extra meat. I mean, admittedly, it's not a person, but, it's better than no meat at all. All right, you know what, Mila? You've actually got this under control fairly quickly. Have you bumped up in plants lately? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you're up to 12 now. And you're plugging along there. Boy, you love the planting. And yeah, Whitehead's into the murder. Yep, planting and murder. That's what we're doing today. A little planting, a little murder. Just let it go, Whitehead. It's going to bleed out anyway. Oh, wow. Okay, good shot. Good. Wow. Okay, another good shot. Slow down there, Whitehead. You're doing all right with that. What is your... You're not actually that good at shooting, are you? You're up to 4. Well, you got it. And that's some horse meat we can be eating there. Mila, I'm wicked sorry about the cotton potato issue. I can't express my apology any more sincerely than that. I thought I was growing cotton. I thought I clicked cotton. Clearly we're growing potatoes. But you've got most of this done. No, I don't know when the raids are either, Mila. I'm waiting for them just as much as you are. We do have plenty of blood. We've got plenty of food. Okay, what is my best next move then? So from here, usually what I do is hospital. That's usually my next thing. Or we start putting some defenses up. A wall of some sort. And by a wall, I mean, a wall. It's not of some sort. It's either a wall or it isn't. But that might be the best next move. This will be quite an easy place to defend, barring all of this nonsense. So I'm not sure if I want to just... I could do both. Well, I can't do both. I could do one and then the other. A wall all the way around. And then obviously, traps and whatnot, as you do. A little kill corridor going on. Or just call it a day right here. Just do one simple trap corridor right here. and then get rid of all these growing fields. I mean, obviously, eventually, being undergrounders, we're going to move everything inside and get into hydroponics. But not now. I'm not even researching anything yet. We haven't even begun to I got 2 people. And Whitehead's down here smoothing walls, which is a largely superfluous action in the early game. But it just makes me happy. Makes me happy when the walls are nice and smooth. Actually, Whitehead, that is your room. I might be good to you, Whitehead, and actually put some flooring down for you. I know that's quite remarkable, but there it is. Yeah, no, we're sitting around waiting for the raids. Yeah, you know what? Do that. Put down a wooden floor in there. We'll start to beef up some of these bedrooms a little bit. And then put down maybe an end table. How about just a simple end table for right now? And that can be the start of a slightly better bedroom for these people. Ooh, and a door here. Okay, so give me a door there. And then specifically smooth out this wall so I can get a vent in there. Actually, I don't need to do that. That's ridiculous. Just mine it out. Mine it out, and then you can put the vent in. Why are you going to smooth the wall and then mine it out? That was a ridiculous chain of events there. Well, why were you even thinking that? Because you've been recording RimWorld for like 2.5 hours, and it's getting to you at this point. Toad's heat wave, you say? Okie dokie. So, Toad, you're going to give me a heat wave for 4.1 days. Not very long. Not very long. And in return for that, you're going to give me either a psychic shock lance. Okay, shocks the target's mind with chaotic images. Yeah, it's like one use. I'm not into psychic shock lance. You can take it. Rust's Journey, however, is melee up. I love the books. Just easy skill gain right there. And then the cloning debate is smithing and tree sewing. Both up. Huh. That's really good. Because those are 2 pretty darn good research things, and we're not researching anything right now. Especially smithing. If I can just get smithing for free, that'd be awesome. Okay, I want those books. I don't want a heat wave, but I do want those books. Hold that thought. So it's going to be wicked hot around here. Let's get a cooler in these rooms right here. And then again, we'll get a vent in there. In fact, Mila, could you maybe like just prioritize that, please? Could you just go get that marble? Get that out of there. And then what have you done for stone blocks? Virtually nothing. Absolutely nothing. I want to double wall my freezer. Like immediately. Okay, so it's 88 now. There's my heat wave. Okay, I want to double wall these immediately. There's my books. Cool. Let's put a bookshelf down while we're thinking about that. So, not a small bookcase. Just do a large bookcase here. Boy, smithing for free, basically. As they read, the research will go up, and I don't even have to build a research table for it. Everyone's asleep. Hang on. Things are happening here. The raid's here. This is the imps. Got it. These are the imps. One imp. Imp, singular, not a group. Team. I know it's very, very hot out. I get that. I understand that. It's very, very, very hot out. But we're going to go do a thing. Oh, hang on. Slow down there, Chief. Just slow your roll. Mila, get ready to do your jumpy attack thing. And is Whitehead... Okay, so jump. And then throw your spine at him. Because that's a sensible chain of events. And let me get down here. Okay, hit. Okay, killed him. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I am totally fine with that. Excuse me one sec, have to draw a breath. Yeah, all of these new RimWorld videos have been effectively an experiment for me in longer form with less editing, just to see what happens and see how people enjoy that versus what I usually do, which is very highly edited stuff, just kind of going in for the joke and then chop right out again and go into a new one. But every now and then I am going to have to take a breath or cough or sip some water or something along those lines, which I didn't really factor in when I said I was going to do this to myself, which I did. I didn't say it to you guys. I said I was going to do it to myself. Mila, getting the corpse. Awesome. So that'll just go right into our top bill, right? Yeah, do this again. Do more meals with people. I think we're going to get 75 meats, so try and do 75 meals out of that. And then Whitehead, we need wood. We need wood pretty badly. Mila, you're one on the growing and plant cutting after you do some cooking. That's fantastic. However, I need you to chop trees down, otherwise you guys are going to basically roast. And this is done. So let's go ahead and get a vent. Hi, Raid. I'll be there in a sec. So they're going to prepare for a while and then attack. Okay. So same gig. One person coming in with a bow. Fantastic. Well, Mila can take care of that. That is not a problem. I wonder if I should maybe try and take them alive by taking out... Mila, where are you taking that? What are you doing? What you doing? You're hauling the shirt to the stockpile zone. Okay, cool. While that's fresh in my head, let's create another stockpile zone out here just for garbage clothing. Okay, so apparel, take all of that off except... No, hang on. No clean apparel. Okay, so only tainted apparel goes over here. And over here, no tainted apparel. So they should move all the tainted stuff out to the other area there. Mila, what are you doing? You going to bed? Yeah, cool. I totally feel what you're doing there. Could you actually prioritize some tree chopping, though? I know that's getting you up to do that, and you're not going to be real happy about that, but it's 120 degrees out. We need wood to make these coolers, like, kind of now. Actually, in fact, Whitehead, could you do that as well? Why don't you go chop a tree? The raid isn't going to be here for a sec. They're going to take some time. So I'm wondering if I should maybe take Mila's sword out of her hand, and she could just punch this guy. Might have a slightly higher chance of taking them alive. I say that, are you any good at anything? Got a good melee skill, got a really good crafting skill there, and you're a really good doctor. Certainly better than us. Way better than us. Mila, where are you? Just for funsies, just drop your sword. I know this sounds like a terrible idea, Mila. This is a terrible idea, but just drop your sword. Okay, you can pick it up again later. You can totally have that later. But for right now, just drop the sword. What are you up to? Oh, you're gonna make the human meals. Great. Good thing to be doing. And I just gotta keep half an eye on my man up here, Vulture. What's your name? Is your name Voltron? That'd be so good. It's Voltron. Oh, that's even better. It's like Voltron, but it's like a knockoff of Voltron. It's Volstron. Oh, that's perfect. I love you. I want to have you in our colony. And hopefully I'm going to achieve that by punching you. Yeah, I see, yeah, you took all the wood to make the floor, didn't you, kid? But you did get that cooler up, though. So it's a mere 76, 75. Yeah, that's still coming down. That's fairly comfortable in here. That's not completely uncomfortable. It's a little warm, I'm not going to lie. But it's not too bad. Okay, that's getting done. And then, Whitehead, are you basically out of wood? You're hauling steel to the vent. Cool. Could you actually work on the wood part of this, though? That would be my ideal. The imps are beginning their assault. Whitehead, do you think you can get that tree chopped down before that happens? I know I'm asking a lot of you. Probably not. You know what? Just get the team together here. Let's not try and go crazy here. Let's keep this simple. So, get in here. Yep, both of you. Hustle up there. Hustle up, and then we'll kind of move up a little bit here. Where'd you go? Where's Voltron? The knockoff of Voltron. I love Voltron. I really hope Voltron lives. I mean, I wouldn't mind eating him. I'm not going to lie about that. Also, go over here, because he'll like try and take cover there, which will work. Mila, are you in long jump range? Not quite. Getting there. Getting there. Getting there. Oh, she's just outside range. Mila, move up there. And then long jump to here. Zoom in on you a little bit here. Okay. And yeah, just start punching him. Just melee attack him. Melee attack Volstron. And the bows will do some work too. You stunned him for a sec there. That's good. Yeah, keep going. Keep punching. Keep punching. Keep punching. Okay, who's worse for wear here? You're in no immediate danger. And neither is Mila. Okay. So keep punching. If we could maybe, like, there we go. Okay. So between the punching and the whole getting shot with arrows, we're doing fine. And you're still fine, broadly. Yeah, you've taken some blows, but you're still basically fine. So we're going to convert this to a prison. All right, one prison under control. Mila, capture him. Capture the knockoff of Voltron. And then take his bow, I guess, and we'll take his jade rather. Oh, Kaylina showed up. Okay, hang on. Undraft Whitehead. Right. Lots of things are popping off here, as the kids say these days. And Kaylina. First off, this is going to be your bed. I know you're going to hate it. I understand that. However, what I can do with you, let me just sort out your priorities, and then we'll begin to wrap up here. So you're not a, you can do doctoring. Oh, hang on. Speaking of which, Mila, you're off duty. And could you just coagulate him real quick? There we go. Okay, so is that like insta-tend? Yeah, wow, that just got everything done there. You've lost your nose. I'll see what I can do with that information. And Whitehead, which one are you reading? Oh, Rust Journey. That's the melee one. Okay, Kaylina, back to you. Kaylina already hates life. All right, and you don't get, you're like not into our stuff, right? Yeah, we're the Blood Coven, and you're the Doctrine of Harmony. That sounds like the exact opposite of what we're into. All right, we're going to work on converting you eventually. However, what's your problem immediately? You're greedy. Okay, you're sweaty. Yeah, all of these things exist, but let me work with your priorities here. So you can do some doctorizing. And then you were really good at plants, so you're going to be now number 1 on that. And I'm going to back off Mila. And then you're okay at art. That's cool. If you can get some cleaning done around the place, that's good. Don't really bother with much else. Remind me, can you shoot? No. You're into melee. What are you doing? Oh, you're doctorizing Mila. That's cool. That's cool. She's pretty much would have healed that off anyway, but that's fine. That's okay. And then could you just, while you're here, I know you're harvesting, could you just equip that knife while you're there? You might as well have something to be doing here. Whitehead, what are you doing? You're building the vent. Could you please... we're missing 13 wood. Kaylina, before you do anything at all, could you please harvest that oak tree? Because I really want to get those coolers down. So, Whitehead, just keep doing the vent, I guess. But honestly, as soon as Kaylina's done with this, which she's doing a little slower than Mila, what with the whole not being as good as Mila, Voltstron, Dovin Voltstron. Okay, let's begin your process here. So we're going to first start by converting you. And also taking your blood until we like you. And then you can not have your blood taken. I know we've got a lot of blood here, but it won't hurt us to have more. And then what was I going to do with you? I don't immediately remember Voltstron. Voltstron, do you remember what I was going to do? No, I don't either. I'm sure. Oh, there we go. I've got wood. Hang on. Whitehead, do we have enough wood to do the thing here? Yes, work on that cooler. Like, kind of quickly, please. It's very, very hot in here. It's 94 degrees in here. And that was all for a book about smithing. Just want to be clear on that. I know, Kaylina, you hate your bed. You absolutely hate your bed. I will work on things over the course of time. Oh, I remember what I was going to do with Voltstron. Who's on wardening? So, number 1, Mila. Okay. Whitehead, just do it in case Mila's busy. We make sure we feed him. So you're already working on converting him. Yeah, okay, that's going to take a while. That was down to 95%. However, next time, if I make Whitehead our priest, we can start like going aggressive on the conversion thing, especially with Kaylina, because she's going to be wicked bummed out when she's eating a human. You're like, wait a minute, I think there's a finger in this. I got an actual human finger, and we're going to be like, yeah, you're right. We're cannibals. It's not that we're technically cannibals, but we're totally okay with eating people. We're fine with that. Okay, so we've cooked a bunch of people, and we have 57 meals. That's excellent. These rooms will be, you know what, these rooms are comfortable. Yeah, 62, 64. These rooms are comfortable to sleep in. People should not be whining about that. And that's probably an excellent place to call it on RimWorld. For today, guys, we'll pick up some more of this again next time. Do please keep the comments coming in. Let me know what you're thinking of this. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours. We'll see you next time.
You know, an argument could have been made that spending an obscene amount of money on researching the theater just so I can get a sign that says Electric Boogaloo may not have been my smartest move. That is a strong argument, and that's an argument that you'd probably win, frankly. Wow, naked guy sticks his hand in a beehive. This can't end well. I don't know where I would see a leather carpet, but I'm going to imagine I had to pay an entry fee to see it.
I have a cylinder. Wow, I broke Dave.
Broke Dave.
Talk amongst yourselves, I'll be back. I just dropped my controller.
Oh my goodness.